Now we're going to have a quick look at Venn diagrams. Now, Venn diagrams are simply a way of demonstrating information, really sorting information and presenting information. So a classic situation might be something like this, where we're told we've got the two circles with an overlapping section and then a letter outside. So actually, in our Venn diagram, what we've actually got here are what are called four regions. Region A, B, C and D. Region A is to have a prime number in it. Region C is to be a factor of 12. Region B is a prime number and a factor of 12. And region D is where we've got a number that doesn't fit into either region A, B or C. So if, for instance, we were just thinking about how we would answer this, and there's, bearing in mind there's a number of options, number of possibilities, but if the question says put a number in each of the box, in each of the regions rather, so as to fulfill the requirements of this Venn diagram. So for instance, we could have, for argument's sake, we could have in A, we could have the number 5, which we know is a prime number, but it's not a factor of 12. In C, we could have 4, for instance, couldn't we? Because we know that's a factor of 12, but it's not a prime number. Now, what about in here? It's got to be prime, and it's got to be a factor of 12. So what we could have in region B is the number 2 or the number 3, couldn't we? Because 2 is a prime number, factor of 12, 3 is a prime number and a factor of 12. Now, what about the region here? In other words, what number could we think of that doesn't fit any of these categories? Well, we could have, for instance, the number 8 or even the number 9. Neither of them are factors of 12, neither of them are prime numbers, okay? So in its simplest form, that's what a Venn diagram presents us and what it challenges us to think about. Now, every now and again, you get a really tricky one. I'm just going to show you this, and this time I'm going to draw 3 circles. So let me just do this. Make sure I've got this right. Now, at first glance, you think, wow, this looks a bit tricky. Well, it does really. And what we've got, we'll have things like, well, I'll tell you what the categories are in a minute, but we've got region A, region B, region C, D, E, F and G. And then, of course, there's always a region outside where nothing fits these categories, these regions. So this type of question might present this type of information to us. So region A, it's got to be a square number. Okay, B might be a prime number, and region C might be a triangular number. Triangular number. Okay, so let's just think about what it's asking us. So if we looked at region A, we're effectively saying it's just got to be a square number. Region B is a prime number, region C, triangular. That's okay, we're cool with that. What about now if we look at D? Well, D, the overlap here, it's got to be square and prime. Region E, it's got to be prime and triangular. Region F has got to be square and triangular. And then the last one, the tricky one, is region G, where we're saying it's got to be a square number, triangular number, and a prime number. And then with the letter H, it's a number that doesn't fit any of those regions. And that's it.